Hey, Ben Kuchera.
Hello.
I am. You're kind of a resident VR guy, right? Is that fair to say?
I've spent a pretty significant amount of time in cyberspace, as they say. I believe the
Right.
kids.
I think that's what they call it. You're kind of the. I mean, you have a Vive Pre. You were a big Oculus fella.
I'm an original Kickstarter. I have a DK2. I have multiple Gear VRs.
Oh, nice.
I'm all about it.
You're the guy. So I think you would be the dude to show this off to. I was at a Microsoft event just last month where they were demoing Minecraft VR or Minecraft VR Edition, which they say is based on Windows 10 Edition. When we went on the title screen, it actually said Pocket Edition, but I think at this point all that stuff is the same thing, like the Windows Phone stuff and the Windows 10 stuff. But basically, this is a VR-enabled version of Minecraft, as you can see. And the weird thing about it, or the weird thing about what you're seeing here, is that you're watching Minecraft on a TV and kind of looking at things and interacting with them while in VR. And then you can hit this button to zoom in, and then you're suddenly really in like the full, what they call the full immersion Minecraft experience. So a quick note about the kind of couch mode. Based on my very short time with it, I played this for about 15 minutes. The couch stuff was actually radically more comfortable. And I think as stupid as it kind of looks in 2D to watch yourself play Minecraft on a couch, there are some things you kind of can't tell from watching a video of it. One, there is a sense of depth to it, so it is still in 3D. But two, and I think the bigger thing that's kind of invisible to people who might be watching this video, you're aiming the cursor with your gaze, right? With your head. So wherever you look, that's how you're selecting the block. So rather than using the right analog stick, you're just looking at stuff to affect it, which I found actually really powerful and beneficial in that seated mode.
So it's basically simulating a virtual living room while allowing you to control the game on a virtual TV using gaze.
Yeah, so I guess another way to describe it is like it's simulating you sitting in a living room with a 3D TV playing Minecraft with like eye tracking support, which isn't as exciting as Minecraft in VR, but it's actually, in my experience, a lot more comfortable. You might notice the camera angle's jumping around a bit here. What that is because you can look around with the right analog stick, you look around with your head and hold forward on the left stick to kind of run, and it kind of just runs in whatever direction you're looking, which feels a little strange. But you can actually, since you don't want to rotate your whole body while playing a VR game all the time, you can use the right stick to kind of do these little, I guess almost like 45-degree snaps left and right. So when you see the footage sort of jump, that's because I tapped left or right on the analog stick.
Yeah, and a lot of virtual reality programs have that, and it's usually called comfort turning or comfort mode or something along those lines, and it's meant to help with motion sickness. And what kind of the unspoken thing going on here, since you have this virtual living room and you're using the comfort turning, which is really jarring as we're sitting here watching it.
Yeah.
I kind of get the idea that they were making this and realized Minecraft in virtual reality is kind of not great.
Well, okay, so I have a few things. One, I think like watching me build this wall is actually an example of one of the good things about it, which is looking somewhere to place a block is like this very intuitive, painless process. So that's like a good thing about it. Now, the bad thing about it, and I think the biggest problem with it, based on my limited time with it, is I felt uncomfortable basically anytime I was moving. Anytime I had the left analog pressed in any direction, I just felt, and I don't get queasy from VR stuff. Like you've put me in Gear VR demos before that had these very sort of smooth ways of moving. The way you move in Minecraft is actually very digital, not very analog. You're kind of like either running or you're not. And when you're moving, while it doesn't look that fast while you're playing the game on a TV, in VR, it feels like you're hurtling forward at like 15 miles per hour on a skateboard. So anytime I was moving, it just like you start and stop so quickly that I just felt kind of sweaty and bad. And then as soon as I went back to standing still, I was actually fine.
See, and that's like, when we talk about wanting to play Minecraft in VR, I picture being inside Minecraft. Like, the idea of having this kind of like pseudo living room where it's like, yes, you're in VR, but you're in VR simulating playing it on a TV. Like, even with gaze,
that's not the dream.
It's like you have a decision between being ill or not living kind of the virtual dream we were promised with this killer app.
It's a great way of putting it. And the way that the Microsoft reps put it is when they sat me down on that couch mode, they were like, this is a great mode for if you want to just kind of kick back and relax and like not do the full immersion and just play for, you could sit here for hours and play it. And I'm like, okay, so the implication of that statement is kind of, you cannot play this full immersion mode for an extended period of time without wanting to throw up.
It's like if they're like, oh, and you can comfortably play this for hours while looking at a screen. It's like I have that on my iPhone. Mm-hmm. Like I have that on my TV. Yeah. I have a version of Minecraft I can play for hours comfortably on a screen. It's the version of Minecraft on a screen. Like it exists.
But I think the tricky thing here, and I think they're kind of in a tough situation because they did really seem from my conversations like they're still trying to crack this nut. Mm-hmm. You understand, this was a really disorienting thing to do, by the way, jumping off a cliff in VR. I just wanted to test the limits of my stomach here. You get why you might want Minecraft in VR, because it's this very relaxed, casual, enjoyable, experiential game where you're like just spending time in a space. And in theory, that sounds like the ideal VR candidate. But like, I'm still, the jury's still very much out for me. Just like the process, as relaxing as it is playing VR, or playing Minecraft on a couch with a controller, playing it with your head in the world is a very different beast. And I think that's something that they're going to have to find a solution for. I would love to know what VR Minecraft would be like, for example, with the HTC Vive, where I had a small space I could walk around it and kind of walk around a structure and build it and look down at it. Almost like that HoloLens demo we saw last year, where you're kind of looking down on this. Like that could be really cool. But I'm not sure that Oculus, with its kind of limited motion, that you're kind of like being in an office chair and playing Minecraft. I'm still not totally convinced that that's the way to go.
Like I'm watching this and I'm hearing you describe it, and with the caveats and the way even the Microsoft rep was describing it, it's like VR is a bullet point. Like, it's neat, and it seems like it's a cool tech demo. This doesn't seem... VR, ideally, should be something that makes you feel like you're there in a seamless and comfortable way.
Yeah, I mean, you hear VR devs talk all the time about the reality of VR game development being that it's very, very actually rare that you can strap VR to a game that already exists and make it good, right?
Yeah.
It's tough though, because I actually there's a part of my heart though that doesn't want to believe that like there's a part of my heart that still thinks you could make a good Minecraft VR experience. And this part, like right here, I actually really kind of enjoyed the act of spelunking and lighting. Like the lighting feels so different when it's in 3D and you're looking through your eyes.
Oh geez, the skeleton.
Like stuff like this was rad, but just the core motion is the big issue for me right now.
Oh, that's so disappointing to me, because I've played so many demos where you can feel like you can get lost and you want to play for an extended amount of time, and Minecraft seems like it would be such a good fit, and it's such a popular game amongst every demographic, and this just it's not doing it for me, man. I still want to try it,
right?
But yeah,
well, based on my time with it, like I you have to imagine there are a ton of people beating their heads against this exact problem of like making the biggest video game and the newest medium combine in a way that is painless, right? Like that's, and I don't think like the couch stuff, the sitting on a Minecraft couch and playing it is a half measure. Like that, there's no way they think that that's the final solution. And likewise, I don't think that this full immersion mode is the answer either. Hopefully it's a nut that they can eventually crack. Somewhere down the line. And this is kind of my first taste of the multiplayer stuff, which again, like you could see how it would be fun, assuming all things were equal and everything felt good. There's Deadpool for some reason.
Of course.
Like hanging out with friends in VR in Minecraft is, to me, like that would be an idyllic VR experience if the technology was there and if they nailed how it felt to be in this world.
Yeah, the idea of like hanging out with friends and rolling your own server and being able to like build a house together in virtual reality sounds amazing. And like, sadly, this demo mostly is taking away my enthusiasm for that idea. I hope they're able to get to a point where it's a little bit more oh my God. It's a little bit more comfortable and impressive than what we've seen so far.
Yeah, I hope we get there too. But just I don't know. It's the type of thing that like obviously this isn't out yet. And obviously there's still work to be done on it. And I think for any like Minecraft fan watching this video, hoping that they can have this seamless VR Minecraft experience, well, A, I totally get that desire and I share it, but B, I don't think we're there as of like March 2016. I think I have to imagine we'll get there someday, and if it's not Minecraft, it'll be a thing like Minecraft. I'm just gonna try to make this jump again here.
Oh my god!
See, that guy did it, but that guy's not wearing a headset, so I think he's a little more agile than I am. But yeah, that's kind of a look at what Minecraft is like in VR in Oculus. This has been co-developed by Mojang and Oculus themselves, and I don't really think there are any details out yet about when we'll be able to play this, or if it'll be free for Oculus owning Minecraft fans who already have Minecraft. I don't really know if that information's out there yet, but yeah.
Like, this looks terrible. It doesn't look good.
I think, you know what, and I think I actually walked away from it a little warmer on the experience than you are. Like, I think I didn't actually hate my time with it. I just wish that it didn't make me motion sick, which I realize is a pretty big disclaimer to put on it. But like, I think the core idea is still valid. I think they could still make a good Minecraft in VR experience. Fingers crossed that they figure this stuff out. But yeah, that's a quick look at Minecraft in VR. Thanks for your time, Ben.
Thanks so much for having me.